Hi Gemini, welcome to your January 2016 reading. I hope that everybody had a great holiday season, and I look forward to seeing what's coming through for the first month of the new year. Much like last month, I'm going to pull in a channeled card to start it off with, and for you, the first time it came in my mind, I was like, no, I don't want to write that word because it had some negative connotations, but it's not really. The word sacrifice came to mind. I wrote down trade-off, and then I scribbled through it. I'm like, no, it actually is sacrifice. So by the way, when I channel something, I meditate, clear my head, and then try to think of the very first thing that comes to mind right before reading for a sign. For you, elements of the word sacrifice came to mind, and when I think about this, there is sort of an opportunity to make it more of a trade-off than something that feels like either do or die. It doesn't have to be so sacrificial. This is more about needing to let go of something to allow something new to come in. So if we sort of cast it in the most pragmatic light, that's what's coming through. Okay? Now let's pull a catalyst card to see. This is basically the card that connects every other card and also helps you if there's any sort of barriers that are coming through. This is sort of the desired action for that, to let the barrier go away. So the healing begins. That's why I really do feel like whatever this is, it's actually going to make way for better things to come your way. Okay, let's go ahead and see what January has in store for you. Okay, so it's looking actually pretty good. So right at the center we have Ace of Discs, Ace of Pentacles, showing me opportunity. And notice the bull on this one. It actually shows me being bullish about money matters. So I do see that money's coming through for you. It's a good month to either create money or reduce debt. Both ways are a positive net for you. So be willing to take control of your financial situation, money matters, be hands-on with the Ace of Discs. Also, it's a good month to look for new work. What I see here with Seven of Pentacles is it's also a great time to, if you had anything that you needed to, like I said, pay down, this is a month for you to do that. So it's growth. It's growth in earnings for something that's already profitable, or it's a chance for you to take something that needs to be reduced and basically bring it to a comfortable place so that you're no longer bleeding out cash or anything there. So I think very, very positive beginning to the month. I like it. I actually think that the last couple of weeks, the last month or so, should have been bringing in good money for you and good opportunities. The sun is a very great way to be entering into the new year, and this is in your deep past. So I would say continue to capitalize on this this positive energy that you've already had in December. And if you haven't, then start to channel it because it's coming through at the beginning. One thing that is just a general message that isn't always seen with the sun is if you could be a little bit more playful in your interactions. There's usually always a child, sometimes a child riding on a horse. We actually have two kids on this one. So for what I'm seeing here is business partnerships, friendships. It's about you being, seeing them as not necessarily coworker, an adversary, whatever. It's more just like a person and having fun, being able to have a sense of humor, being slightly flirtatious, just not taking yourself so seriously. It's going to help you bring in more money and opportunity, and it's going to help you have a better perspective on how far you've come and how much you need to continue to sort of like plan for what's needed. So yeah, playfulness, good sense of humor, and seeing that the other person could just be a partner and you could have fun working. Also a good time for relationships to come in as well. What I see here with the Nine of Cups, many of you that are already in a long-term relationship, this is like the review month where you're thinking, do I have everything that I want? Nine of Cups is often being very happy, but still having a little bit of longing that there might be something more, that you might be wondering if you compare well enough to other people. But look at how much you have, and then just be grateful for it. This is the message I'm getting, and moderate a little bit. Think about being careful about overindulging, because that often happens with the Nine of Cups. So I would just say make sure that you're eating and drinking properly, and that your spending habits are in check at the beginning of the month. And just be grateful for all this great, this abundance that's come your way. And even if it's not everything that others expect you to have, or you might have dreamed that you might have, that you're doing pretty well from what I can see. Your crowning card is Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is a warning to get out of your head a little bit. And if you continue on this path, you're going towards 9 or 10 of Swords, which are much more stressful. And so I'm going to say, if there's any habits that you need or want to give up, of course, we're right around the first of the year, New Year's resolutions, it's a great time to do it. And one way to sort of facilitate change, I see travel on the horizon for you. In the next, it looks like January, February, March. March is when this will start to come into fruition. There may be some more challenge associated with your job, or even just what you want to be doing in life. So focus less on any of the sort of like drama that's going on right now, or again, like you might need to sacrifice one thing. Many of you, it's interesting, two very similar illustrations here on the world and the star. What I see with the world, for those of you that are trying to think about what you need to change in your life, I see two cards that are showing travel and expanding your horizons. This comes up for people that are seeking to be published. It's a card of publishing. It's a card of politicians, world, basically someone who's going to make a difference in the bigger world. So if you're getting stuck in the minutia, which is really what the Eight of Swords is telling me, what this card is saying is, what else do you want to do, and how can you sort of extract yourself from that situation? Sometimes you need to leave. So if it's a relationship where you can't truly be yourself and be free, then it's time to start to become the star. That is the end of the month. So what I want you to think about with the star, this often comes up for actors, artists, again, politicians, anybody that's out there that speaks, that uses their body, their aura to make change happen. This is your month to start to shift out of maybe a more restrictive sort of environment and allow yourself to break free. Two of Swords, this is where you're at the beginning of the month. Interesting, I kind of like this illustration. Instead of the typical one where one's blindfolded and there's sort of like two swords held up, this is about, and this is why I think for some of you it might be leaving somebody or leaving a partnership, because there's two here. This is like a Two of Cups gone awry, but it's two people mirroring their own issues back to one another. Projecting would have been a better word. Their own issues to one another. And you have to decide when you want to stop being the mirror. And that's kind of what's coming through with this. And you'll have an opportunity on this to have like a face-to-face conversation and clear the air. And this is again when I think you'll start to feel better about your life, about the path that you're on, when you're no longer sort of like living in someone's shadow or accepting someone's truth or projection of their own truth onto you. So know yourself, know your situation, know that you're probably going to need to go further than this person or situation will allow you to go. One person that might be putting up a bit of a block for you is a fire sign. So this could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, and this person's stubborn, could even be a little bit abusive. I would say it's good to release that if that's in your life. Again, if you're thinking of dating someone, I'm seeing the fire sign probably not being the best match. There's an air sign, slightly younger, that would be better. For aspects of your personality, this is saying don't let your own stubbornness get in the way of opportunity. Definitely don't let your own stubbornness create a more difficult parting of the ways than needs to be. And if you decide to stick with it, what you have to do is there might be a little bit of a need for you to not be able to sort of like exert as much power as you normally would. The Page of Swords, several steps back in sort of the hierarchy of the court cards. So being very careful in how you deliver messages, because the way this card is illustrated, I see it as a harbinger of news. So how do you receive information? How are you giving information? Whether you decide to leave or stay, that's going to be very important for you this month, is to not read too much between the lines, but actually like really look at it and make sure that you're not inferring something that they weren't trying to imply. You need to be reading the exact context. And if you don't have the context, then go back to the source. And also don't take the word of the messenger in this case. So again, make sure that you are inferring the correct information from the source, that the context is correct, that you understand the intent behind this. Okay, so I think I made that as clear as I could. The positive thing is at the end of the month, I really see actually like prosperity starting to flow for you. If you're able to basically maneuver this sort of situation where someone else is trying to sort of like pull the wool over your eyes or project their own truth on you, when you're like, no, that's you. You're trying to make this about you, and it's not. This is about a bigger situation. When you can cut through that, you're good. When you're able to distill and understand the messages that are coming through clearly, then you're able to shine and you're able to sort of do what you want to do. But it's a really good month for artists, politicians, anybody that sort of makes a living by being seen, by basically trying to engage public opinion, and again, musicians, artists, writers, politicians. I'm probably missing someone, but you get the gist. If you're not someone that's sort of behind the scenes and you're out front and center, it's a good time for you to capitalize on that. That's why I think the month may even start off with a job opportunity, or maybe some residuals or something like that. At the very least, it's a month for you to really think about being more bullish on your own finances and allowing yourself to set up the next 6 or 7 months of prosperity. Okay, so now let's look at your larger forecast. Again, I wasn't seeing a lot of love situations coming through here, more partnerships, and very good month for partnerships, because you can actually transform this into this. You look at the two illustrations and you see these are two people that have a little bit of conflict, but you can actually bring it back to something that's a little bit more joyous, more celebratory, more cooperative. Okay? Now let's look at health, wealth, love, and destiny. Okay, so for health, we were talking about strengthening bonds. Two things. One is a general suggestion for you to basically get out and I want you to start exploring a little bit more, exploring new job opportunities. I want you to start exploring the environment around you. How does this relate to your health? By starting to think outside of your current situation, your mind expands, your body starts to become more even, your heart opens up. So for many of you, this whole card is imbued with green light. So I want you to pay a lot of attention to your heart this month. Make sure that you're doing enough cardio to get your heart and blood sort of pumping, and then I want you to start to do things that I say this a lot, but hopefully if I say it enough, you guys are gonna grab onto it. But do things you love, be with people you love, and actually get out. I want you to work on strengthening your body too. So this is a month for cardio and weight training, if you want to sort of break it down into tangible stuff. All right, so now let's look at what's affecting your wealth and your abundance this month. Okay. So for wealth, you're only limited by your own ability to dream and imagine. And guess what? There's a card stuck to this because it's a somewhat new deck. So you got to double pull this month if I can get it unstuck. Here we go. And also, if there's anything popping up where you feel like you're in an impasse, this is where your own ability to basically partner up, balance out, that's going to come in very handy. So be creative about how you work through and maneuver this, and you're probably going to have to be the one that makes a decision, either breaks the tie or decides in some cases whether you want to stay or leave. Letting go of your own need to be right, knowing that sometimes it's not about being right, it's about what's better for the project, for people, for everything. The star is letting everybody shine here, but not diminishing itself either. Okay? Now let's look at health, wealth, love. We'll look at what's coming through for love for you. So I want you to, this is pretty cool actually. First of all, one of the places I'm most strong in my sort of precognitive ability is dream time. And for those of you that ask about how to strengthen, build, expand your own intuition, start thinking about keeping a dream journal and also trying to work through and being more cognitive and aware of your dreams. So health, wealth, love, destiny. Okay, so for love, what you might start to do is bring in little hints about who might be coming into your life. If you're single, you might actually start to see like a face or get some details through your dreams. Also, for those of you that are a little bit more practical, start putting out what you're looking for in a partner. Or if you're partnered, what you would expect from your partner. You could actually start to deepen your intimacy with the current partner by talking about what moves you. We're not talking about your nocturnal sort of thoughts and dreams. This is actually what moves your higher soul. So you could say, you know what, I do this for a living, but one thing that I've always dreamed about is X, Y, Z. And then you can go through it and say, this is what I really want to be doing in my life. And do you want to help me do that? And maybe they can be an agent of change and help you with your dreams. So explore the actual dreams that you have at night or daydreams when you are thinking about other things that you want to be doing, or start to share parts of yourself with people around you who you have intimate relationships with, and let them, that's a way to deepen that intimacy, that bond. Okay? Now for your destiny card, let me shuffle over here. Sorry, I don't have enough space to put it right in the center. All right, for destiny, you are not stuck. It is actually, this is a year of movement for you. And that's really the theme. We'll see if it carries through when I do your year at a glance. But it's all about movement. It's about getting past any perceived impasses and being able to, I really see you stepping out on your own and being successful at your own ability to shine. Whatever it is that's unique, even if it's unconventional, that's what's going to make you popular, or that's what's going to make your product, your brand, your idea, whatever it is you're trying to bring out into the world, that's what's going to be impressive to other people or resonate with other people. So let's go through everything one more time. Your channeled information for this month is a perceived sacrifice. It could be a trade-off. It could be, like I said, something as easy as deciding if you want to continue with something, and if not, I see that there's something wonderful around the horizon. So you don't have to stay in a relationship where someone blocks you or you feel blocked. But what you're going to have to do to maneuver through the situation is really think about communication, how you're receiving the information, how you're sending it. That's 100% what Page of Swords is telling me here. Think of the source, go back to the source if you're confused. Don't get too pulled into the drama. Know that whatever sacrifice happens, your catalyst card is telling you that it will be for healing. It will be for something that's going to bring you to a better space. Looking at that heart energy, looking into our health card, heart health is of great importance this month. Cardio activity, any sort of like walking, jogging, running. You just want to get your heartbeat accelerated, and then also start to pay attention to your heart's desires, and do things that make you happy, because that's going to help your overall energy. Beautiful card, but lots of green heart chakra color coming through. So that's going to be both important to your mental health and your physical health. Okay. For your wealth this month, you got 2 cards. The first was you're only limited by your imagination, and you're going to have to probably be the tiebreaker this month, if there is any sort of indecision coming through. So own your power, take your power, weight your words, and be very careful and thoughtful of how you receive others' words. For love, pay attention to your dreams to see if you're getting information about a future partner. For those of you that are just more practical, like I said, it's almost like a lot of us will do a Pinterest board. Why don't you just think to yourself a little bit about the type of person you'd like to pull in, and allow that dream to sort of take hold? Because when we believe that we're worthy of being loved, when we have an idea of who we want to love, it makes it a lot easier for that love to come in. The next step of course, is to cultivate some of those attributes in yourself, but still allowing that dream of someone coming in is the first step. For those of you, again, in a deeper relationship, it's about sharing things that move you with your mate, basically, and listening to them as well. It's about shared exchange of hopes and dreams. I mean, there's nothing that can be more fun than to talk about something that makes you happy, whether it's music, whether it's being a carpenter, whatever it is. We all have things where we're either working with our hands, our minds, numbers, and if we can share that passion with someone else, we're really sharing a part of our soul, and it's cool. You're not stuck this year. And unlike some other signs, I see you really pushing through. I saw some that are going to have challenges. I didn't even think of retrograde for you this month, and I didn't even give you like an RE word. It was actually, I tried to think past this, but it came through. You needed to sacrifice something. So there might be one too many things on your plate too. That's part of the reason that the 8 of Swords is coming through. Don't stress out so much. Just think about what it is you want to release, and try not to pay so much attention to other people. This is one of the few 8 of Swords where there are a lot of other people in there. You're not alone. That's what this is saying. But this is about you expanding past the situation, rising above the situation. And in this case, the world and the star are absolutely related and parallel to one another. And this is where you're headed, is towards the star. So you have a really exciting month coming through. Not a lot of dating that I'm seeing here. This is a theme for most signs this year. It's a cleanup month. But for you, it's a lot easier than the other signs that I've been reading for. So enjoy that and capitalize on money, career, sort of material opportunities that come through. That's your central card. Okay, thank you so much. It's really been great to be able to read for everybody all year, and I love all the support and comments that you guys have been doing. So keep up the likes, the subscribes, and all of that. I really appreciate it. If you ever feel like you need a more personalized reading, I offer those, of course, and I'll post a link so you can see about my rates and my availability. I am going to do a year at a glance for every sign, so I'll try to post a link to that as well, so you can look at your 2016 month by month review. But I'm going to do that separate, since it's going to have a longer shelf life and people might want to go back and revisit it. In the meantime, I just want to say thanks again. Hope you have a great new year and a great start to the new year. It's been really great getting to know all of you. So I'll see you again really soon, and thanks for everything.